Okay, it is Saturday, March 28th. We're going to take a broad range of stocks and just go through them all as fast as we can. So you have ACHR, 5.8%. Momentum's leveling out. Airbnb, multi-year chop, horrible. ACHR Aviation down 28% now. I mean, there's nothing good there. American Eagle, 34%. Stock is down $12 from 28 since January. I mean, that's an incredible thing. And look, momentum hasn't even turned negative yet. It clearly will do, whether that's April or May. You got to think nines. Nines look easy. Massively bearish. AMD is actually up 0.9% on the month, but it's still kind of short-term broken. You can see it. They're trying to find some support from the 10 MA, but I can't expect this to hold. Momentum is weakening, prone to turning negative. Probably not in April, but certainly by May the 1st. The Baba down 14.9%. Momentum due to turn negative. Bearish for the Chinese market. Okay, now it starts to get interesting. Bank of America low for a third month. February was bearish engulfing candle. We're now sustainably under the 10 MA. Basic target 42s. Momentum has turned negative in Bank of America. That's a pretty important sell signal there. BlackRock down 11.7%. I mean, look, it's broken, right? Momentum turned negative in February. Volume is picking up. People are starting to get real spooked. You can argue basic target, lower Bollinger 852. Price threshold around, 810 or so. Blackstone. Again, even more broken. Under key price threshold, down 4.7%. Look at the volume here. Monstrous volume. Yeah, selling into this hard, but you know, you got to think, where's this going to go? 64s? Yeah, 64s. And I would note, just realized it myself. Look at what happened. I only noticed this. The 50-month moving average was broken last month and settled under. Didn't happen last April. Didn't happen in 2022 when we had that big bear market decline. Didn't happen in March of 2020 at the COVID hysteria. Look at it. Look at the spike. Look at the spike right from it. And we've broken it. We're now sustainably under 64s. Just got to check BlackRock. We're still above it, but you got to think it's probably going to take it out. Kamiko down 12%. It's had a good run, but it looks done. Carnival earnings were fine on Friday, but they still sold into it. Down 23%. Look at all these spikes. They're selling it. Momentum has turned negative for the first time since December of 2022, back when the stock was sixes. Carnival's in trouble. The ship's going down. The ship is going under. Triangle of Sadness, 2022. It's a good movie. Cleveland Cliffs, 23.9%. Absolute horror. Momentum's about to turn negative. Absolutely bearish. Don't know, don't care. Deckers, 19.8%. Horrible. Basic target at the November 78s. Momentum remains negative. ET, you can argue, well, what is that? 1982. It's a new historic high, clearly because of high oil. Momentum was turned fractionally positive. One of the few positives out there are the energy stocks. Ford, 19%. Note the February candle, very spiky as they sold into strength, smashed under the 10 MA. Basic target is around $10. Momentum's rolled over, got to turn negative in either April or May. Bearish, Ford and General Motors. Freeport, down 17.4, rolling over with copper. GE Aerospace, that's a horrible candle. Down 17%. It's done. It's done. Google. The February candle was bearish engulfing. That's played out. Now we're about to test the 10 MA. We're down almost 12% on a month. That's a big drop for Google. 10 MA can't be expected to hold. Under that, 200. Momentum will probably turn negative as of May the 1st. Bearish Google into May. Intel. Three spiky candles, bullish exhaustion. This one's going down. Soft target is a 10 MA, 35s. JOBY down with ACHR Aviation in the main market. You know, you got to think $5. Yeah. KB Homes down 20%. 20%. Momentum was always negative, but it's starting to be increasingly negative again. Soft target $40. The KKR. Actually, higher for the month by 0.9, but again, it's another stock, and I didn't notice it until I've just this moment that February did settle under the 50-month moving average for the first time since probably 2017 or so, right? Yeah, it's done. I mean, also look at this overhead trend line, lower highs, bearish. You got to think where are we going to go in this? $60. Look at the volume, big volume. Kinder Morgan, new historic high because of oil. Lithium Americas down 23%, bearish for the main market. Lockheed, new historic high, but a full downside reversal. Current candle is bearish engulfing. It's only down 6%, but the reason, of course, it's just being restrained by the main market. Even the defense stocks are going down now because of the main market. Cheniere Energy, LNG. Wow, look at that. Almost 26%. That's incredible. Powerful. Yeah, because of concerns about nat gas, of course. Las Vegas Sands down 9% with the main market, but broadly it's a multi-year chop. Meta, oh yeah, multiple problems, down 18.8%. What a shame. What a shame. One of the ugliest down candles it's ever had. Basic target is the April low 478. Momentum is increasingly negative. Bearish Zuckerberg. Mosaic down 9.4%. Not great. Big volume, of course. People were interested in fertilizer companies, but it's not great. MP Materials down 12%. Sustainably under the 10 MA. I think it's got to fill a gap to around $30, which is 40% down. Morgan Stanley down 5%. Also, February candle bearish engulfing. Basic target this side there 138. Momentum. Look at that. Momentum's going to turn negative as of Wednesday, April the 1st. Probably. Bearish to fins. Micron. New historic high, 471. Earnings were beyond excellent, but the market still sold into it. There should be concerns about semicon production in terms of helium, which is a problem because of the war. Micron's down 13.37%. The current candle is bearish engulfing. Basic target, in my view, is around 260. That's $97 down. Momentum is offering a rollover. Bearish Micron. Netflix, struggling with the main market. Subscription price is up $2, which is kind of bullish in a way. Occidental up 23.5%. I mean, it's still a broad shelf fest. Wake me up if it prints 73. Pfizer down 2%. What a shame. Palantir up 4.3% on the month, but you can see what they're doing. They sold it off in February on the bounce. They tried to bounce it again here, and they sold it off again. Bearish to at least 100. $100 looks easy. PayPal, multi-year. It's a zombie stock. I mean, it's catching a bounce, but it doesn't make any money. Look at Lab, down 11.8%. Net bearish with the main market. Don't expect this Taname to hold. Target is around $40 to 37. That looks realistic. The really bearish will look for this because $15 would be crazy talk, right? Schwab, sustainably under the Taname. February bearish engulfing candle played out. Next support is around 82, $10 down. Momentum will turn negative as of Wednesday, April 1st. Bearish. Schlumberger powering upwards with the sector, but it's way laggy relative to Occidental. SMR down another 19.8%. Absolute disaster. Again, all these data centers, there are plenty of people out there I highlight, and they could talk about it better than I could. But many of these data centers will not get built, and the power requirements will simply not be necessary after all. We're going to need some nuclear plants. The military, we're going to be using some of them. But yep, that was nuclear hysteria. 57. We're now in the tens. If the main market gets smashed, we're looking at sixes, fives. Target up 5. Some of the big name retail names, Target, Costco, Walmart, they're doing okay. They're kind of catching some kind of defensive bid. Tesla down 10%. The third month down. Again, you have a marginal higher high here, but it's note the candle was spiky. We're now sustainably under the 10 of May. You could be looking for 300. Lower Bollinger's 200. Of course, that's going up. But yeah, 300 looks pretty easy. Look at this. There it is. That's what matters. Momentum will turn negative as of April the 1st. Bearish for April. TSM. Again, lack of helium. That's a problem. Down 12.5%. Basic target 10 of May. 289. Momentum has rolled over. I was almost going to say Grand Theft Auto, but Take Two. Low for the 5th month of 6. Down 10%. You got to think 150 looks pretty easy. Momentum turned negative last month. United Airlines down 16.8%. I was short this one this week. Look at all these spiky candles. Selling, 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 selling. They even tried to bounce it this month and they sold into it. Currently down 16.8%. Look at the volume picking up. Momentum has turned negative for the first time since February of 24. Basic target, $70. Uber, 8.3%, 6 months down, basic target 65, and then 60. 60 looks pretty easy. Uranium Energy down 15%. Momentum rolled over. Oh yeah, the UPS down 18%. That's incredible. Wow. 18%. So you can call this failed breakout, full reversal, big target 79 from October. Look at the volume. Momentum's rolled over again. Warner Brothers has been taken over, of course. I'll be deleting this chart sometime soon. Wells Fargo, low with the rest of the financials, bearish. And I think Exxon's the last one. Yeah. So Exxon, new strike high up 12%. Impressive. Nobody cared about it when it was 94 last spring. Basically, almost doubled up. A hell of a run. Zero sign of a turn. And if you think oil's going to be pushing 147, which I do, then why would Exxon not be $200? Yep. Anything else? Miscellaneous stuff. Let's jump to the S&P or whatever the hell I want to do. It's up to me. This is kind of good. So look, we have 2 trading days left of the month. Chop, 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 chop. We've broken down just like last time. Chop, chop, break. Yeah, the issue is, are we going to get an April washout? I think we will. We're currently down 510 points, 7.4%. Again, I'm guessing that we have a good chance of getting a little bounce in holiday week, but you know, maybe it won't be that much. You see, actually, if you look at this, we bounced from a low of 55 or 50, 54.88 to 56.95. So that's come on, do the math. It's 207 points, which was hang on, just checking. $55.04. Okay. Yeah. So it's 282 points. Yeah. 5.1%. Every cycle is unique, but they do have patterns. And if you believe, Easter's coming out, we'll be inclined to bounce. And the natural bounce would be the 200 day. Back then, it took 9 days, including the low and the high, to do it. So maybe on Monday, I'm guessing, my guess is that we open down on Monday morning, but we see an upside reversal. So maybe we could maybe look for a bullish engulfing candle. And if we go to a current daily chart, so if we open down, I don't know, 50, 60 points, first of all, we've got that gap to fill. That has to fill. That's 64.70. And above that, we have another gap around 50, 65.50. Black candle. Yeah. If we look at the 60-minute, Yeah, there are the gaps. We have massive resistance around here. 66.30s. Again, if we go back to the daily, the 200-day is 66.30s. You got to wonder how many days to get back up to around the 200-day. I mean, it only took, ignoring that a little bit, but it only took really, well, I guess, no, if you just say 2 days, but maybe Monday be down a bit, but then reverse. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, look, in theory, we could be at the 200-day by Thursday, ahead of the Easter break. But maybe it takes us into next week first. I mean, just after the Easter break. I also note that the 50-day is now rolling over and it's got to take out the 200-day as of look, yeah, look, as of Monday, April the 13th, the 50-day will likely cross under the 200, which will be a death cross. So we have a death cross target date here of April the 13th. I'm also guessing, of course, actually, I'm guessing there will be a land invasion April the 11th to the of April 11th/12th. If I'm right about that, if we can bounce, then we get smashed. So that's why I want to go short, somewhere around here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody mention about the 50 and the 200 yet. Anyway, some interesting names there. I definitely like the financials and airlines as a key short, but there's plenty of other names. Also, go check out my Dell video. I thought that was pretty good. There's some interesting names. Home Depot was the standout. We have a break under the monthly 50 MA, much like Microsoft, which has grander implications, which most people don't want to hear because they're kind of pretty dark in the scheme of things. Hey, why worry about the war, huh? It's all gonna be fine, right? That's what they're trying to convince you. You can believe the mainstream media, or you can think for yourself. What chart should we leave you with? How about that one? Yep, that is the chart that matters. Again, we could bounce 100 points on Monday across Monday, Tuesday. That's not going to take much off that. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is the fact that momentum is negative and will be increasingly negative across April, probably May as well. And target, of course, is somewhere around here. And of course, we have downside gaps to around 5,100 from last April. Lots of gaps, 6 gaps within this area. Anyway, this was my third video of the day. I was going to leave this for tomorrow, but anyway, I wanted to do it today, just get it out of the way. So, yeah. Anything else to highlight? I guess I could talk oil, but really. In theory, if equities bounce, oil should cool back, you know. And I don't expect a land attack next during the Easter break either. My guess is April 11th to the 12th, but you know, it seems an eventuality. Dark times, very, very dark times. I can only recommend go watch a movie and minimize or just simply don't watch any news from the mainstream. They're not going to offer you anything good. Think for yourself. Some of you can do it. Good night.